Hello everybody. Happy Monday. Just try and find me on the Facebook. Hi Kerry, hi Sue. Hi Elizabeth. I'm just trying to clean up a little bit. I have had a big day. Hi Carrie. So trying to make some room. I haven't really got anything planned for tonight, so sometimes this works, sometimes it doesn't. Hi Sylvia. But we will see what happens. Hi Julie. Oh, thanks. I got it all cut off today. I picked up Hunter from daycare and Hunter goes, "You look like a different person, Mum. Didn't even know who you were." I'm like, well, I was going to go a bit shorter and I didn't. But anyway. He's never seen me with short hair. Because since having a baby, I haven't had short hair. I used to have a really pixie haircut, like all the back all spiked up and the short in the front and things like that. But hi Donna, since having a baby, I need it long enough that I can put it back in a ponytail, which is what's here as well, because I just do not have time all day every day to straighten it. So, and it's yeah, it's too much. It's just too, my hair is so thick and so curly, so she's put a bit of product in it today that it's not frizz ball and it's not really curly, but yeah, so it's sitting a bit nicer. But I think this bit is a little bit short here where she started framing the face, but if that's straightened, then it should be where I wanted it, which will be alright. But yes. So last week I forgot to announce who the winner of the Lucky Door prize was because I was so flustered through the video and I don't know why. Hi Glenda. So last week's winner was Lisa Dick Foss. So I'll hand her prize to her when I see her. And then this week's winner was Kerry. So I'll pop this in the post, Kerry, or if you're participating in the next class, I might attach it to that class packet. So congratulations, Kerry. So to get into the drawer, you just need to comment on the page and like and share the page would be nice. And yeah, then we can add the comments all to this random draw picker. Hi Lisa. So yes, hope everyone has had a good week. I'm just cleaning up. Thanks Glenda. It all happened this afternoon. I got a bit of an early mark and it was all just happening. When I went to pick Hunter up from daycare, he's like, "I didn't know who you were, Mum. You look so different." So yeah, thanks Lisa. So, all right, well I'll flip you ladies around. I've got a new technique to try tonight. Now I haven't practiced it. I've watched a couple of videos, but I haven't actually practiced it myself. So we'll see how it goes tonight. Because I thought I'd have a little bit more time, but I've had a big day and I've just had a snooze on the couch instead of practicing. So we'll see how it goes. instead. And then I'll show you what I've been busy doing. So I'll flip you guys around. So I have had a little bit of fun making some Christmas cards. We'll see, Donna. We'll see how it goes. So this is one of the new sets that will be available the 4th of August. I had a big day. I was a support person today, Elizabeth, for a girlfriend of mine that's going through a DV relationship thing. So we had a court day today, and the last time I did it, I came home and slept too. It's just so exhausting. But yeah, so I think after that I kind of needed a little pick-me-up. So this is the new set. It is available from the 4th of August. If you are in my team or a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, you can purchase this now. If you're not a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, then you have to wait until 4th of August. And it's a massive stamp set. Usually the images on the front of the stamp set are shown at 100%, but because there's so many stamps, there's 18 stamps in this one, they're only shown at 65%. So massive, and it comes with coordinating dies. So it's so big that you get 2 packets, and then these are all the dies. And the dies are pretty much what I've used the most out of here. I haven't actually used the stamp except for the sentiment so far. So they're awesome. And then you can also purchase this red velvet paper, which just feels really pretty. And then look at what it does with the... So there's little bits inside the die that embosses it, so you get really petals. So this, I'll lift it up. So this outside piece is what cuts it, but at the same time you're cutting it, you line up this piece on the inside, and that's what embosses it. And you do the same deal with the leaves then too. And you get a really, really nice effect on the red velvet paper. So you get a nice effect on the normal cardstock as well, if you can see the leaves. I don't know whether you can see the detail on the leaves, but on the red velvet paper. So I couldn't decide whether I liked gold or silver. So I've done one in each. These little pearl things come as embellishments, but they've got silver outlining. So when I had them on the gold, I thought they looked funny, so that's why I redid it. And then this is a little cutout in the die set as well. So I've done that for the gold, but kept these embellishments for the silver. And I've just heat embossed that with gold and silver. So they're 2 finished cards that I've done. So this red velvet paper is awesome. And then here is 2 half-finished cards that I haven't got to yet. Hi, Chris. So as part of this poinsettia set, you get, there's embossing, there's DSP, and then there is this... Let me get the name of it. Oh, thanks, Julie. Hi, Karen. This plush poinsettia specialty paper. Now, this is flocked paper. So it does wonders on your trimmer, ladies. So use an old blade when cutting it is the tip that I can give you. But you get 3 different sheets in here. I think you get 6 pieces all up, 12 by 12. And it's a vellum see-through, and that side is just plain. And then this feels like the felt on it. So it's white felt. And you get 3 different patterns. So that's the pattern that I've used. Then you get big poinsettia flowers. And then you get little leaves and embellishments, which coordinate with the stamp set. So that's pretty cool too. But just a word of warning, it does really do a bit of a number on your stamp and trimmer blade. So use an older blade. When you get thicker material or a bit textured, it does seem to wear the blade a little bit more on your trimmer. So that's what I've used here in the background. And then the gold foil accents that I used a couple of weeks ago with the Forever Fern suite. I'll just move that around so it's centered a bit more. And now it's twisting back. Can you see it move? Yes, I had heard that, Carrie. You can colour the felt with the Stampin' Blends. I haven't tried that yet, but I've just cut this as the background, and then I want to stick the sentiment on the bottom here, but I haven't got round to that yet. And then I've cut out, there's little tiny poinsettias as well, so even though this piece of felt looks pretty used, if you get the smallest die of the poinsettias, you can get like another 8 dies out of that. So make sure you get every bit, because you only get 2 pieces of this in a pack, so you want to make the most of it. And then you get a little strip left over. So I've cut, these were cut at 3.5, I think. Yeah, 3.5. And then I've got this little strip left over. So I got 3 of these pieces and this little strip, and this little strip is perfect size for the tiny, tiny ones. But I got a big, a medium, and a small out of each of these, plus some extras. So you get quite a few. I did do a lot of cutting. And then I've used the gold wreath from the gold specialty DSP as well. And then just finished these off. Oh, nice, Angie. I just woke up too. The gold gems in the center, because these things were just too big. So I've just put gems on that, and that looks pretty cool too. It just needs a sentiment now. So I'm pretty happy with how that turned out, and they're nice and quick cards. Like, they didn't really take a lot of time to do. So that's what I've been up to. And then tonight we're going to try this new technique. Oh, thanks, Angie. I've got some alcohol, so some isocol. I've got the Stampin' Blends in front of me, and I've got some makeup pads. So we are going to put a bit of colour on this vellum and make a bit of a background out of it. I probably should have got a piece of scrap paper, but let me get that. Let me get a scrap piece of paper. And what we're going to do, so I got this technique off Helen, and I don't really want to use the brown, that's more for colouring. So I thought, I've got all my new in-colour blends, so let's give them a whirl. And what we'll do is use all the darker ones, and you kind of just... and the in-colour blends don't come with yellow, so I've got Mango Melody. And it looks a bit higgledy-piggledy, but we will fix that soon enough. stick some yellow down here. So did everyone else have a great weekend? All right, and then what you do, now I've got this icicle in a spray bottle, so I'm going to spray it directly onto the vellum, but if you don't have a spray bottle, just pour it onto your makeup pads. I'm still going to use the makeup pads, and you just kind of spray it and then continue dabbing until, now I am going to get another makeup pad and just, I did a bit of study too, not long enough, it never is long enough, and we kind of just keep dabbing until we move the colour, because you need the alcohol for the blends to work because they're permanent. And I might trim this piece down, because start with a bigger piece. And now my piece is curled up. I'm just gonna, I need another hand. I want to put some more yellow down. And it just softens the colour, and then they do bleed together so that you kind of get your own DSP. And I'm going to get rid of that because I'm getting a bit of a whew with all the alcohol spray that I've just used. Now I'm going to flatten that. I'm just going to stick 2 punches on that while we work out what we're going to do over here. So the other sets that I wanted to use, you might have guessed by the punches, hi Marie, is I'm going to use Under My Umbrella and Butterfly Gala. It's something that I haven't used in a long time. So I want to start with probably punching some stamping. Oh, I've got no actual inks here. That's no good. I need some inks. So I'm going to stamp a butterfly first. So the thing about this Butterfly Gala stamp that's really cool is that it coordinates with the punch, and you stamp once but you get 2 butterflies out of it. So if you just get a scrap piece of paper, so we'll just let that dry for a second. Just find our inks dry really quickly, but sometimes when you stamping with brand new inks and they're really juicy, they do just take a minute to dry before you start moving them around in a punch, because otherwise they start squishing colour. And we'll just stamp some green ones. Now, while we're stamping, we've also got the Under My Umbrella stamp, and it's got the coordinating punch as well. So I'm going to stamp a few of these images. I got this stamp set I got the Under My Umbrella stamp set as a lucky draw prize patrol from Onstage last year. So Onstage is only an event that's opened to Stampin' Up demonstrators, and we usually get together twice a year, but because of COVID it's moved to virtual, which is a little bit disappointing because it's really nice getting together with everybody, but virtual is better than nothing. So I'm just stamping these boots because I'm going to cut them out. I really don't know what I'm doing as a plan. I'm just kind of stamping everything. I don't have too much in my head at all. And then I'm going to stamp some of these flower images. Yeah, I didn't use it until she came for a visit, Elizabeth, and she did like it a lot, and it made me actually get it out and use it. Alright, I've just stamped a few of those as well because we'll colour them in. I find once I start stamping I kind of want to stamp everything and then not get kind of interrupted later. But we'll close up the ink pads. And now our punches are best if they work upside down. So you open them up. So to open them up, there's this little click, and then open them up. And then you line the piece up. Well, and if you were using a bigger piece, you wouldn't have the issue that I've got, but because I'm trying to use up my scrap and didn't want to cut another piece, line it up and then punch. So both of them come out, and then that'll come out. And then that way you can see what you're punching as well. Okay. And then when you get a punch like this that's got a few things on it, you want to have it the right way. So we're just going to cut those boots off. And I'm going to have to trim this bit because I only want this bit in here. And sometimes it's better with these punches with multiple things that you are using a smaller piece, and all those pieces eventually come out. Just give it a good shake so that you don't lose too much of your scrap piece. And while I've got the scissors, I'll just trim these. It's probably easier if I colour them first, but just going to trim them. And the flowers I think I'll colour first, because they will be a little difficult. So we're going to have bright pink flowers. Might do some yellow flowers on the other one too. You can tell I'm concentrating when I'm colouring because I can't talk and colour at the same time. So I submitted my task 1 for my next assessment. You'd be pleased to know that's like nearly a week early I submitted that. Just because I want the bloody thing over and done with. I've now got 2 more assignments left, and then I think I might take next study period off. It's just a lot going on. A lot. And I'm colouring, just because we've stamped it in the Just Jade, I'm colouring in the light Just Jade, not the dark, because I can't, you've already got the definition. You could stamp this in Memento and then do shading and stuff, but that's not my type of colouring. I just colour. I don't do shading. This is the cheats way of doing shading. Stamp it in the colour and then colour in the lighter one. You've got the... Because when you're using alcohol markers, you need to stamp in water-based inks. Well, all our inks are water-based, so you don't have to limit it to Memento. But when you're using water-based markers, you should be stamping in alcohol inks like StazOn. So you stamp in the opposite so that it creates a barrier, which therefore means you don't have to stamp in Memento. You can stamp in whatever colour you want. Stampin' Up's got like 50 colours. Alright, and when you're fussy cutting, it is easier if you turn the paper rather than your scissors. It then does a lot of the work for you. So did anyone else watch Big Brother? I got addicted to it, and I want to tell my story. So I've been taping it because obviously my video is on the same time as Big Brother. So I've been taping it, and something else, I've got a team meeting that I do once a month on a Tuesday, so I often missed a Tuesday, and then my upline does a team meeting once a month on a Wednesday. So I would often miss the Wednesday. So I got into the habit of taping it, and then I was watching it every afternoon after work. So Hunter got a bit obsessed with Big Brother as well. And then we got to watching the finale, and it got all the way to the end, and then it goes, and so the winner of Big Brother 2020 is, and the recording cut out. Oh my God, I was so cranky. And Adrian is just there laughing his head off so much. And he's like, oh, and I'm like, well, because he had already Googled it and so already knew who won. And he kept saying, do you want me to tell you? And I'm like, no, I don't want you to tell me. I'm watching this and I want to know what it is and who wins and blah, blah, blah. And the recording cut out just as Sonia was going to go, the winner is. And I'm like, oh. And I was screaming at the TV. And Hunter's like, what's wrong, Mum? And I'm like, the recording's finished. We didn't find out who won. So good thing for Google these days, but it wasn't the same as finding out live on TV. Well, it wasn't live, it was the next day, but finding out on TV as opposed to Googling it just wasn't the same. So I was not very happy with my recording at that point. Did you enjoy it, Julie? I enjoyed it a lot when I was younger, so I didn't know whether I would enjoy it because it's been a few years since I've watched it, but I really got into it. Hunter's favourite was Sophie. And yeah, I like Sarah. She was a little pocket rocket. But Hunter's favourite was Sophie. And so after the finale, we went to the shops and he goes, Mum, that looks like Sophie. I'm going to go. I said, no, darling, it's not Sophie and don't go up to it. But I was watching Sophie on TV. That looks like Sophie. I'm like, oh, what have I started? Hunter wanted Sophie to win. Oh, so did I, really. But I quite liked that Chad won, so. Alright, they're the flowers that are fussy cut. Let's colour this umbrella. This is light. I really like that with blends I can colour in lines like that and it kind of just all blends together and it doesn't look like a hot mess. When I do that with water-based markers, it looks like a hot mess. So as much as I don't like colouring, I do like the blends because I get a better result. You're still trying to watch the rest of the voice, Donna. Oh. I never got really into the voice that much. Okay, I'm going to do blue bits, outside bits, and then yellow boots. And because if you change colour or change direction with the water-based markers, you really notice it. Hi, Christine. I have to sneak when Baz isn't around. I did see the ad. I've heard, well, actually, I've heard the ads on the radio more for Farmer Wants a Wife than actually seeing them on TV. That'll be exciting when that starts. Hunter's liking the ads for oh, I got a bit over the block, Julie. It just goes on and on and on. But yeah, I do get stuck in that then too. Oh, this is curled up again. We're going to trim this down. Hunter's been liking the ads for the Masked Singer. And he can't wait for that to start. But it's going to be after his bedtime, so he's going to have to we're going to have to tape it. I'm just going to cut this piece down. I quite like Farmer Wants a Wife. I don't know. I think I really would like to make sure that everyone's in it for the right reasons, but I think some of them are only in it for their 15 minutes of fame, which is not fair on the farmers. Because I think the farmers are in it for the right reason. Oh, has it started already? Ugh. See, I don't watch very much TV. Oh no, Donna. Alright, so I do have a couple of pieces here. I've embossed this piece, which is just crumb cake, because I never use neutrals enough. So I thought I'm going to use neutrals. And I've embossed it with the Dainty Diamonds folder. So this is the folder that's part of the Peony Suite. And it's really, really pretty. So we're going to have that on there. You watch the classics on Stan and Netflix. Well, I have Stan and Netflix, and I don't ever seem to get time to sit down and watch something. And then Adrian gets angry at me because we start watching something and then I say, all right, I really like that, but then he wants to watch the next episode or the next season and I'm not ready to move on yet. Now, I have no idea what I'm doing. Where's that stamp set? Maybe out of this piece that keeps rolling up, I might stamp on here. I might just punch on here actually. I would like to be, but I don't know. I think I just need to give a few things up. Like study or whatever. Adrian keeps telling me something has to give and I keep telling him no. I'm liking that a bit more. You can tell I've got nothing planned. No, I like that. I don't know that we're going to use that whole background piece. I might just punch it out in all umbrellas. If I could find my Stays On ink quickly, I would stamp, but on vellum you have to stamp Stays On because it's a bit slippery. Water-based inks will slip. So we're just going to stamp a few. And it's curling up, which is annoying me. It's only curling up because of the alcohol that we put in there. Come on. Oh, look at that piece. Went straight through. Okay, get rid of these scraps. I've got half a stem there. I think I'm gonna, maybe I'll get a bigger, I'm gonna cut a bigger piece of that. That's what my problem is. Because I had something in my head and now it's not working. So these are from the Stitched So sweetly dies. Maybe even bigger than that. Is this how you guys craft? And you sit there and talk to yourself and... And then now I need to cut this. So I'll be back at the big shot in a minute. It is expert advice, Sylvia. You don't often get argument back, so I like that. But sometimes I don't trust my own opinion, so I have to go seek an alternative opinion from Adrian. And he doesn't care too much and just goes, yeah, whatever, that looks good. So that's not as helpful as I would like it to be sometimes. Right. I don't know that we'll use the butterflies. And now I need to stamp a sentiment. I think I probably only used 2 of those. All right, I think I've got it in my head. Now, where's the stamp set? No matter the weather, we're friends forever, I think. That way. And I think this might go in maybe Misty Moonlight. Stamp that. And then I do think I'm going to need to stamp these umbrellas. I don't want to punch them out, I don't think. Or do I? I just think they'll be a bit of a pain to adhere down. So I think I'm going to stamp them. So let's stick them down first. All right. I don't know about that one just yet. And I think we can have pink umbrella stems. Who doesn't want a pink umbrella stem? And then we'll leave that. It's always a bit hard when it's in my head and it hasn't come out yet, Julie. It's always a lot harder. I do have glue dots on that. We're going to have an upside down one, and that one can be green. I'm quite liking this coloured vellum now that I've done it for the umbrellas. It was a bit, let's pull that up. Hopefully I'll pull it up and not rip it. Well, there goes my boots that I've cut out. Okay, and this is why you should plan things first. Stamp that down, and we will stick something over that. Although when an umbrella's closed, it does go halfway up there, so. And then my boots. Stick them on with some dimensionals. And then we've got these flowers. I could cover them up. I kind of want, maybe I might trim. Oh, Marnie, you want to do mine? Was a job I was meant to get to today. Didn't happen. Poke them in there. And I like them sitting on that. And we're going to pop this up. Well, this is going to get stuck down with seal. Can I ask where you got the paper cover for your dimensionals? Oh, I think Sarah Berry might have done it years ago. They're free, but I think Kylie Bertucci's just started doing a lot of them. I got the, I saw when, because I did, I put my things in, adorbers in a container because they were just getting everywhere and it was ridiculous. And Kylie Bertucci did this, and when I saw that, there was a lot of other free ones with the DSP and stuff like that. But I know Sarah Berry from the UK was doing it first, but I think Kylie's kind of doing it for Australian markets and stuff now. Oh, nice, Elizabeth. Glad you like the seal. It took a bit to get used to for me, and I'm happy with this, the stickiness of it, because to me with the humidity we have, the snail was never good. But I'm finding this stuff, it's a bit painful to lift up if you need to move it. So I'm hoping that means it's going to hold up in with the heat and the humidity. So we've got some dimensionals here. I stick everything in these wood mount or clear mount cases. So these dimensionals go in there. You can get about 6 packets in there and close that. The wood mount one is what holds my daubers. I also have all my bling in my wood mount cases as well. It just makes things a lot easier for me. So I have thousands of them. I was sticking my cut DSP in them because if you love it, chop it like Kylie does, it should fit in a wood mount case or a clear mount case. But I found when it was stuck there, I wasn't actually using it as much. So I've stopped doing that. And I've got these butterflies, which, you know, we all love some butterflies. But I think I have to use the mini dimensionals. And where's my Pigma tool? I actually put the end back on my Pigma tool because I was playing with sequins the other day. Oh my god, I really should learn to leave this on, but it gets a bit heavy when I'm just using this end, so I take this off. But this has got some putty on it, and it sticks so you can pick up individual sequins so easy. So I did that after as part of my class that I had on Saturday when I was finishing that off. Okay, stick him up there, and I think we'll just use the other two little ones. Sometimes I forget the little tools that we have. I'm going to stick butterflies on the boots. Oh, that's a bit cute. Alright, well this is not how I envisioned this card at all, but I'm pretty happy with where it's ended up. Now we need some bling. Every time I have butterflies, got to have bling. And then I think we might just stick some just because we can. Oh, come on. Some days they play ball and other days they don't. I think we'll just stick 3 down here. I think I need to go through and get rid of the stuff that's retired. It's getting a bit full in there. I've got another 2 that have got retired stuff in them. And I try to just use the current stuff on camera. Oh, I've been watching The Bachelor in Paradise. Is that what it's called? Oh my god, that's full on, that show. Huh. Do we want... I don't think we want any more on here, Vickie. Stop. Stop, stop, stop. Okay. So that's my card. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Bit of a new technique colouring the vellum, and then I didn't use it how I was going to, but that's all right. And we used the Under My Umbrella, which comes with a coordinating punch, which is pretty cool. And then the Butterfly Gala, which comes also with a coordinating punch. And the die in there is from the, it did come in a bundle, the So Sentimental bundle. So the die is the Stitch So Sweetly dies. Oh, I best put my umbrella stick away. Otherwise I'll lose him. Here's a tiny stamp. It is full on, Julie. I'm watching it going, oh, do I need to watch this? And then I'm like, I can't look away. So... it's very annoying. Oh, and the embossing folder I used was a Dainty Diamonds with that. So thanks everybody for watching, and look forward to seeing you next week.